Hey family, it's Sandra, a queen. Bring. I just want to say hello to all of you, and I'm doing great. I've been working out extensively. I am not tired. I have enough energy for like two or three people. I've been packing up my house. Everything's coming along. And I just want to thank everyone for supporting me and just being so positive and showing me so much love. I really feel great. I feel so good. Not as hungry because of the vitamins I take. And I've really been working hard on my abs, working hard on me as far as my attitude and my character and just everything. Not that I have an attitude, but you know what I'm saying. You just doing better for yourself so that you can live a better lifestyle. I'm just so grateful for the Lord and all of his blessings towards me. I'm grateful for just keeping him first. You know, it means so much to keep him first and to see him just show up and show out in my life. I'm excited and, forgiving everybody for everything. I feel like you don't have to call me with an apology. I don't feel like anyone did anything to me. But if anyone's having any hard feelings, don't. I'm doing so great. I ain't thinking about nothing. You just keep it moving. Keep it moving. Live your life. Live your best life. I've been really enjoying social media a little bit more. I've been home a little bit more. I go out, I have things that I have to take care of, but I've just been having a ball. I just want to thank all of you that have subscribed to me on my YouTube channel. You subscribe to me on my Facebook channel. This is for you, and you tuned in here for a reason. There's something that you were looking for, and the Lord has a word just for you. And this was so powerful. It woke me up at 4:30 this morning. I just want to say, feel free to share my videos with others and talk and, just have a discussion about it because it's the truth. These are truths that to me are hidden, or I didn't see them in the Bible for years. I had no idea that they were available to me. And to tell someone to just have faith, okay, well, how can I if I don't even know what that is? I feel there were times when I just felt so insecure or like the least of them all, although I was housing gifts, although I'm ordained and had hands laid on me, all of that. It doesn't mean anything if you don't understand who you are and where you stand. And like the scriptures say, leaving the principal things, you move on to those things that you're supposed to be doing in life. And I think that's where a lot of people are missing it. They're getting baptized. They're receiving the Spirit of the Lord. They're accepting him in their life. And they think they have faith until they have an encounter with God, or as you say, the universe. And then you realize, no, I'm really not ready for you, Lord, like I thought I was. When he spiritually awakened you and you open your eyes, when you get baptized and when you receive him in your life, that's an awakening. Don't get me wrong. But it's not the awakening where you don't go back to the things you used to do. You don't say the things you used to say. You just feel like you want more out of life. And the reason why you joined this channel, the reason why you feel that way is because you're here for a purpose. You have more to do than what you're doing. And that's where you start to cry out within yourself. That's not something a leader can do for you. That's something you have to do for you. Just like you asked him to come into your world and to help you, you need him to take you to that next level. And that's why God says, put me first. Sometimes we make a mistake and we put people first. We try to please people and satisfy them, when in fact no one is the cause of you being where you are but you. In between your ears is your brain, and that is where your biggest battles are fought. Most of the time it's in your mind. And a lot of this that's going on the outside is like a reflection of what's going on the inside of you. And a lot of times we want to make it seem like it's somebody else. Yes, somebody may have said things to you to hold you back, but I know for a fact you could be in a situation where you are held back, but within your mind and spirit, you're still accelerating and going forth. I was in a situation for 7 years, in a position where, I was looking for advancement, but they didn't have advancement for me. They gave it to everybody else. And, it was like a mockery towards me. And, okay, I didn't have any attitude about it because I felt like, well, okay, I can make a difference. Can't anyone hold me back or stop me but me? So with that being said, I just started seeking other avenues. I made wise choices where I wouldn't fail or fall. You start getting your book. Like I tell y'all, this is powerful to write the vision and make it plain. You also do that for yourself. You don't wait for somebody to do that for you. That's a cry. You manifesting, meaning writing out what you want your life to be. Is a cry from your spirit from within, that that's that part of you that's reserved for God, whether we accept him or not. And I don't look down on you if you say you're atheist or you're agnostic. I'm not looking down on you. You could very well be that here on my channel. I don't look down on that, because we all have a journey to take. And maybe that's where you are, where you're trying to decide, well, should I do this or shouldn't I? Is there a God or isn't there a God? Should I worship him or not? What's going on? In that state, you had to do like I did. Lord, present yourself to me, because I don't know you. I was a little young girl. I said, Lord, I don't know you. I don't know of a Lord. I don't know of a devil. I don't know. Okay? Because my parents left it up to me to be spiritually free. Make your own decision. We're not going to tell you to be a Christian. We're not going to tell you to be Baptist, Apostolic, Pentecostal. That's on you. So I'm grateful for my parents giving me that freedom. Okay? And so with that, I chose the Lord as time went on, because it looked like life was getting harder and harder, and I really couldn't handle it. And not just because situations and things, but because I knew I needed more help from within more so than without. And I remember one time I was at my last job, and these people caroused Monday through Saturday, and I didn't get it. So they asked me to come in on a day shift, because I normally work midnights. And I saw all these folk that was cutting up and clowning Monday through Saturday come up and they dressed up for Sunday with hats cocked to the side and blah, blah, blah. I looked, I was like, what's that? I said, you know what? I'm going to preach to y'all before you go to church. And y'all might not like me for this, but you need to fix up that inside the way you got that outside looking. Okay, we really good at masking things and hiding and people not knowing what's really going on with us. I've seen people that I thought had it going on, but when you start digging deep into their life, they were so shallow and they was going through so much so they couldn't lift their head up. And, you know, in one situation, I helped the person out, and the lady was suffering, and it was a contract that I had here lately. And I was like, oh, my God. I said, well, let me just jump in and help you. And I'm going to jump right back out. And, you know, we just take it from there. You know, she was like, whoo, girl, you saved my life. I didn't know she was a boss. I had no idea who this woman was. I wasn't looking at that. I really didn't care, to tell you the truth. I was just trying to be helpful because I saw her suffering. I said, I understand what it's like to be a boss, not like a boss. Be a boss. People hate you, come against you, make your job hard, lie on you. Pray for our leaders, because being a leader is so hard. Y'all have no idea. Sometimes being a follower is hard. But being a leader, you get all the darts. You get the 10 swords down your back, the whole 9 yards. And people don't even know you, okay? I went through all that. I said, I saw you suffer. And all I could think about was how I go through. And I said, Lord, I can make her load a little bit lighter just for this moment. And I did. And then she turned around and asked me to do something else for her. I got a phone call I was not expecting. I just thank the Lord for the blessings that's fallen on me. I'm grateful. But it was a miracle. I just prayed to the Lord. I said, Lord, I need you to take me to this next step, because I don't know where to go from here. I don't have the blueprint on my life. I can just manifest and write out what I desire. And I wrote it out, and she called and said, I picked you because of how you do and who you are and what you're about. I can trust you. You got my back. It's bad to be in a company where you feel like don't nobody have your back. I've been there about 2 or 3 times now. But that didn't stop me from making my money, baby. Let me tell you that. I don't stop making my money because people hating on me or whatever. That's just life. They hated Jesus, honey. It'll be okay. So our daily miracles and blessings is what God was saying. And he said, keep him first. You know, sometimes we lose track because we get tired. We put people ahead of God. We put leaders. We put our family, our parents. We put everybody, even you little ones. I have little ones that follow me. Put God first and talk to him. Tell God about that, okay? And God said he's just going to snatch you up and start doing miracles, because we are at such a late stage in life and things are just so complicated. And we're learning things at the last minute. We believe in a God that we physically cannot see. We see his works. We see it's like air, breathing air. But we really just feel like we can't see him, you know. And he said we got greater blessings coming because we don't see him. And yet we believe. I have seen him for myself, but it wasn't down here. It was up there. So I am grateful that he do exist, okay? And you'd be like, look, I ain't taking your word for it. You don't have to. I'm a living witness, though. You're a living witness that he exists. Okay, miracle is something extraordinary and astonishing that has nothing to do with human nature. It has nothing to do with our explanation or our actions. It's something that happens that we need. It's something that comes directly from God. It's his power and part of his plan so that we'll have a stronger faith in him. What is faith? To me, faith is like manifestation. It's something that you really, really, really dream of, you really wish for, and at some point, because of the feeling that you have, you know it's coming. You know it's like Christmas. You know you're gonna get something good for Christmas. It's like your birthday. You know you're gonna get something great for your birthday, especially when you're a child. You just know it. You just feel it in your, as the old folks say, your knower. You just know. Okay, and so it's the Latin word for miracle. Is a Latin word for wonder. Okay, a lot of our definitions of life in our American language comes from the Greek or Latin language. It's something that doesn't normally happen. That's a miracle. Have you ever seen a cartoon character? They're just pressed beyond measure, and some of you are right there. And right now, I stop and I speak a blessing on you and a miracle. God said He's going to come and rescue you. Unemployment didn't cut it. That job you got didn't make it. I don't even understand how I made it off the income I had with that last job I had because I was so sabotaged by people. But the Lord made a way. I didn't never have my utilities cut off, and that's not a slap in nobody's face. If it was cut off, it was because of the elements or what happened here. We do have tornadoes and storms right here where I live in Michigan because we're on this water. But, you know, nothing was ever shut off. And a lot of people didn't understand when I would say, God is my husband. They be talking about, what you talking about? Get your mind out the gutter and stop being nasty, okay? Start thinking more spiritual. God takes care of me as a woman. God will take care of you as a man. See, in spirit world, we're neither male nor female. That's where people mess up at. Oh, you know, in spirit we this and we that. Nah, hon. Nope. It don't count in spirit world. And so this is what's happening with us now. In Romans 4:17, it says, even God who quickeneth the dead. What is you talking about? He could literally be talking about you being sick. He could literally be talking about you being diagnosed with an illness. Or he could literally be talking about that situation that's been going on for so long until you've just given up. You're tired. You're weary. You're worn. I've been there so many times. But just like that cartoon character, when he get pushed through that wall. You done had enough. A lot of what you're seeing people going through out here in the 3D world is because they've had enough. And they don't have an outlet. So what happens? I'm going to go off. And they do. Okay, you be praying to God, Lord, cover me when I go out. I don't know how y'all go out in this public and go traveling and don't pray and ask God to cover you. In the name of Jesus for me. Okay, however you pray, that's you. But in the name of Jesus for me, I bleed the blood. And I ain't ashamed. And so it also says that when you go into verse 18, it says, who against hope believed in hope. What is that saying? My situation. I know I'm going down south. People have been asking me, where down south? That's yet to be determined. I'll figure that out when I get there. I remember when I had my home over on Quincy Street. It was a beautiful 2-family flat. It was a 3-bedroom sharp. I had my daycares there and everything. It was very beautiful. Oh, like, comment, and subscribe. I love you. And so I was like, okay, I got to pack up. So I ended up in an apartment. And a lot of people talked about me. Even the men that was moving me was like, baby, your home here is gorgeous. And you moving in this nasty apartment. It was a Section 8 apartment. I'm going to keep it real with y'all. And I was like, I had injuries. I was getting Social Security disability at that time. People scoffed and looked at me. And then on down the road, what ended up happening was I ended up becoming an apartment manager. I had to pay no rent, nothing. They moved me to a whole nother apartment in a nice area, everything. So don't judge a book by its cover. You don't never know what God has in store for you. So, it's literally saying here that things can be looking one way, but in the twinkling of an eye, He can change your whole situation. I got greater coming, so God said, pack your things. You getting out? I know some of the situations. I'm just not going to talk about it. But, yeah, He said, pack your things and do what you need to do. Okay? Because I got somewhere for you to go. And when it happens, it's going to happen quickly. And you got to move just as fast as it's happening. So, you know what God said He's going to do? He's going to just pick you up and give you greater blessings. And I speak that for you, that you will have miracles that you were not expecting, that you're going to get a phone call that you were not expecting, that you're going to get a position that you were not expecting. You're entrepreneurs that your business is going to pick up that you was not expecting, that everything in a day's time, you're going to go to bed feeling one way, looking one way, acting one way. You're going to wake up to wealth. That's how God said, don't try to figure it out, because it's not for you to figure out. That's why He's God. You put Him first. Don't put your money first. Don't put your family, your friends. Love them. They second. Everybody in my world is secondary to God. I can tell you that now. Even your gifts. Some of you are so talented. He's going to expand your gift. Some of you are going to end up on TV, all kinds of things. Your social media is just going to raise up and you ain't going to understand it. It scared me when mine started going viral. I was terrified. But now I understand what it is I'm supposed to do. He's giving me instructions. You're going to have to fast and pray. You're going to go on an automatic fast because you're going to be terrified. But you will make it. Like, comment, and subscribe. This is Sandra Queen. And I believe with you, I touch and agree right now that what I have just said to you is so. And it is done. I love you. Sending you great vibes, big hugs, and lots of love. Mwah.